Any of you guys like anchovies on your pizza? It's kind of a twofold deal because if you like anchovies on your pizza, one, your pizza rules, but two, no one wants any of your pizza. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stream of Consciousness Invasions. I am Saint Riot. It's been a minute. If you celebrated the holidays, I hope you had good ones. We are in Irithyll or in Orlando, however the hell you want to look at it, continuing our lore invasions. We were playing as a Silver Knight for obvious reasons, and as precedent was set, the Lothric Knight Sword is totally the Silver Knight Sword for our purposes. Now, the only item we can really use is this Lightning Bundle. We shouldn't even be able to use it by the rules of our own invasions, but it fits the lore because Silver Knights have lightning buffs on their swords. So let's go get our Covenant, right? Hey, who saw this one coming? Yeah. No, we need some answers, and this lady here, she can give them to us. So, let's have a little sit down with Yorshka, shall we?
Thou thinkst to remain. This tower is a prison. Thy presence shall invoke the ire of the tyrant Sulyvahn. I bid thee leave anon. May the dark moon watch over thee. Thou thinkst to remain. This tower is a prison. Thy presence shall invoke the ire of the tyrant Sulyvahn. I bid thee leave anon. Thou thinkst to. Very well. Captain to this knightless company I remain. I will grant thee purpose. Thou'st journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I place thee under the aegis and the power of the dark moon. Thou art now a blade of the dark moon, the only knight of our company. Swear this oath and face thy solemn duty.
So we get a little clue here. When you actually get the spell Blade of the Dark Moon, it tells you that miracles of the Dark Moon are tales of revenge, but Yorshka doesn't know that. She just recites it because she knows it, which is basically telling us that she doesn't want revenge. She doesn't know she wants revenge. She doesn't know that Gwendolyn's been eaten, which she has other dialogue that implies that. But she also calls the place a prison, and she says that it's going to piss off Sulyvahn. So let's root out these nasty invaders here who are just ruining the co-op experience. They're just griefing. That's all they want to do. Let's make sure that these guys can have comfortable, friendly, invader-free co-op like they deserve in Dark Souls, because it's not like this game is trying to paint the picture of a desolate world, sort of isolationist hell where any human interaction at all would be, deemed worthy of considerable thought. No, this is basically Call of Duty. So let's just do 360 no scopes, and I'm just playing. I have nothing against Dark Moons. I have nothing against people who summon over and over and over and over again when they get invaded. I have nothing against any of that. I just don't like when people are like, oh, I shouldn't have to get invaded. Yes, you should. It's a fucking game mechanic. It's how the game works. It's like playing fucking Monopoly and not having to go to jail when you land on the thing. Sucks, but that's how the game is. Okay, I had no intention of doing Dark Moonblade summons this entire video. I just wanted to have a little salty rant. Salty bitch-ass old man rant, because that's what I do, y'all. So in this video, we're going to get around to talking about Pontiff Sulyvahn, because in the comments of the last video, that was pretty much everything that we were talking about. Everybody was talking about Pontiff Sulyvahn, and he really is. He's the most interesting enemy in the game. He's the most interesting boss in the game. God, I can't use the obscuring ring. I can't use my crossbow. All the stuff that I typically play with is out the window. I have to wear this heavy-ass armor, which means I have Havel's ring on. Havel, however you want to say it. I don't know why I said Havel. I've always said Havel. Why did I say Havel? I guess because of the fucking video. I'm going to rant a lot. I'm going to bitch a lot while we're here. I've already done a few invasions, and you remember in the last episode I said how cool it was that all the invaders that were left seemed really, like they had their shit together. Yeah, I forgot about this place. I take it all back. I guess the good invaders, the smart invaders, have decided not to invade here because it's easier to do a 4v1 anywhere else in this fucking game. It's easier to do it anywhere else than here. This is the worst place to do it. That's a mighty fine shield you have there. The invaders here are driving me crazy. It's like they're another obstacle for you to have to deal with, and like you don't want to kill them because you're trying to keep them alive. Let's get out of this before that scythe kills me. Anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting about other invaders. I'm sure I will continue to rant about it as it becomes necessary. So I'm going to quit ranting about it now. And if you would allow me, I would like to rant about something else. I fucking hate wizards. That is not what I wanted to rant about, though. There's a lot of people black crystalling out of these invasions, and they're gonna get on 4chan, and they're gonna go to the Dark Souls General, and they're gonna complain about invasions being hard, or they're gonna talk about their favorite tryhard on the internet doesn't play this game anymore because PvP sucks, and it first it made me sad. Now it just makes me angry. Invasions are broken, or this game isn't balanced. Of course this game isn't balanced. When you have a duel and you agree to no Estus, you've essentially removed one of the biggest mechanics this game has built into it. It would be like if you played a first-person shooter and everyone agreed not to use a gun. It's a mechanic in this game. It's an important mechanic. Healing. The Ring of Steel protection sucks. It's a little better if you heal, because then the small boost, I know it's nerfed in PvP, but then the small boost, oh, are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna start keeping the Hornet Ring on me again. I was not wearing it so that I could like dispel the whole "you need it to win invasions" meme, but I'm gonna start wearing it again. It's gonna be like a mutually assured destruction thing. If you hit me with a critical and I see you were wearing the Hornet Ring, I'm gonna start equipping it for duels and invasions. I'm just sick and fucking tired of that. I don't like not having it on me. I don't like using it because I'm trying to dispel the whole "you gotta have it to win invasions" because you don't. But I'm getting tired of getting backstabbed for 6,000 damage and my backstab doing 300. Anyway, that's another rant. This is gonna be the saltiest fucking episode I've ever done of this shit because I fucking hate invading here. I hate it and I love it. It's both. It's all of it. I'm just happy I get to be a Silver Knight because I can actually use the stuff that I usually use. I just can't use the Obscuring Ring, which is a huge... In every video I've ever done where I use the Obscuring Ring, I'm like almost always will talk about how great it is. So they're doing the classic gank thing where they camp out right up here, and people bitch about this all the time. Here's what you do. You don't engage them, dumbass. Go get on the fucking internet and whine some more. I feel more comfortable. I feel like I'm better playing on this little ledge with my Silver Cat ring than they are playing on the ledge. And whether or not they have the Silver Cat ring on, I don't know. But I'm comfortable fighting up there, so like I'll go up there and I'll harass them a little bit. If I had the Obscuring Ring, I'd just hang back and I'd shoot them with arrows, Millwood bow or Dragon Slayer bow, just whatever, just constantly being harassing them. This is not Learn to Invade. This is fucking lore. Look at this statue. That's weird. What a weird statue. Sulyvahn. Yeah, definitely the most interesting character as far as the lore of Dark Souls 3 goes. He has very little to do with Dark Souls 1 and 2, we would assume. But he's did I talk when I was ranting about duels being unbalanced because they basically removed, did I mention that Dark Souls 2 The PvP was great, everybody knows that, but it took them literally a million patches to get it right. Like, we all played it, right? Did we all play it from the beginning? Because it sucked starting off, and it still wasn't perfect when it was done. It's great, but it's not perfect. It's still not perfect. The fucking Chaos Blade has a 300 fucking counter damage modifier on it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. Pontiff Sulyvahn. He's got 3... Oh shit. This guy really likes his shield up, so I'm going for that guard break. Pontiff Sulyvahn has 3 distinct factions, and he's involved in all of them in some way, shape, or form, or they're all involved with him. We know he would apparently be anti-Firelink because he's working with he's working with Aldrich, who is trying to bring about the Age of the Deep Sea, which is oh, get fucked, you're dead. Which is apparently an offset of darkness, but it's like water darkness. Wow, 2 phantoms. Killed them both. Somebody finish off this host who's lagging the fuck out. Excellent. GG, everybody. Oh, look, the other invaders are fucking idiots. God damn it. So, Mangrub at Lothric Castle. Why are Rosaria's fingers in Lothric Castle? Gertrude, the Heavenly Daughter, whoever the fuck is up in that cage, obviously ties in with Rosaria. Somehow, some way, all that family connection thing that's going on. And there's that Mangrub there, over her cage. Alright, and then we find Outrider Knights in Lothric. Pontiff Sulyvahn seemingly has blocked Lothric off, okay, so that no one can get in. I'm sorry, out would be the more important thing, I guess. What is up, Chase? You are a spearman. There's another invader over there. He's wearing the white ring. He's wearing the Onion Bros helm. Let's see here. Is that Marakumo or is that Karthus Greatsword? I'm gonna treat it the same either way. It doesn't really matter. Oh, nice weapon skip. Okay. Oh, they switched it up on me. Oh, that worked out. Oh, not so well. Not so well. Fell from my own trick there. Not that time, though. GG. That was a good fight. I like that guy. Sulyvahn's got all kinds of people. Outrider Knights blocking off Lothric. Basically, I guess, trying to keep people from getting out to link the fire. So his motivations in not linking the fire do seem pure. It's really hard to tell what motivates Sulyvahn. Is he really... Does he... Wow, you're just awesome. Does he, does he really care about the Age of the Deep Sea, or is he just manipulating people to get what he wants? And if he's just manipulating people to get what he wants, then what the fuck does he want? I don't remember anything really going into detail about what he wants. At the beginning of the video there, Yorshka tells us that that tower is a prison, and that our presence there will make Sulyvahn angry. Of course, she doesn't know that Sulyvahn's dead. There you go. There you go. She doesn't know that Sulyvahn's dead, of course. Nor does she know that Gwendolyn is being eaten. Sulyvahn seems to have imprisoned her there. Those are her words. She also calls him a tyrant, so she doesn't like the guy. But why did he imprison her there? What did he intend to do with her? He was obviously, you know, he could have fed her to fucking Aldrich if he wanted to. So anyway, back to Sulyvahn's motivations, right? He's tied in with Lothric because he's got them walled off. But he's also he's fucking around with the royal family, um, who have sort of moved to Lothric and sort of taken it over. Which does that make Lothric? Could Osiris be Flame God Flan? I'm not big on the idea of characters changing their names in the middle of the series, but uh, that look at that dead angle. Here, one of us takes the gold, one of us takes the host. Yeah. What was I saying? Fuck it, forget it. Oh no, you killed my night brother. Wizard brother. Help me. I'm almost surprised that didn't hit me. If it had been a dark sword, it would have just fucking wrecked me. The dark sword's hitbox on plunge attacks is as big as a fucking hammer. It's ridiculous. It's like as big as the Great Club. Don't attack twice. Get silver knighted on, boy. Yeah. But yeah, Sulyvahn, he's tied into everything. Everything. Literally everything. He's tied into the profane flame. He's tied into the dark. He's tied into the deep. He's tied into the dark moons. He's tied into, I mean, like, literally, he's the thread that holds this entire fucking game together, and we still don't know everything about him, other than the fact that he came from the painted world. He saw the profane flame. It fucking put an ambition in him, and I did not mean to fall off the ledge there. Oh, goddamn dark sword! Wouldn't you know it? Fucker. It's the only fucking. I thought I was far enough away. I was not. So I needed to do some damage and get this motherfucker to back up off me for a second. Yeah, parry. Real good. Real good. Real good. Guy's using a falchion. I think falchions do more damage now than the Karthus curved sword does. Ooh. Range isn't as good though. Alright, he's chasing me with a butt poker, so I need to be careful. And the host has got his spear back out. So I can't really run from them without looking at them. And get together. Maybe worth it. Fuck. That's going to be the only way I can stop this. And it allows me to look at them and keep my shield towards them. Got it. Worst case scenario. Get fucked. Anyway, we're in the courtyard with the giants, which... Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm assuming that that's that fucking... Oh, he was just a phantom. Now he's either an invader or he was summoned in as a red. God damn it. Alright, fuck it, I'm out. What was Oh, the giants. I'm assuming they're Aldrich food. But where did they come from? If you actually take the time to look at their model, you can see they have lights sort of put onto them. Like they're wearing them, like their chains are covered in lights, which kind of implies to me that they were like burrowing or digging or, you know, tunneling something. Which kind of brings us back to the ballista that we found in Smoldering Lake. But who had the ballista, right? The Drang Knights have kind of, I don't know, almost, it looks like they kind of corralled the giants here. Sort of like they're giant trainers maybe or something like that. And we also find the Drang armor near a giant in the Cathedral of the Deep, implying that, you know, a giant smashed one of them. So that kind of ties the Drang Knights to the cathedral. I guess it would have to. Which... That's a bad place to spawn, buddy. So are the Drang Knights in league with Aldrich? That would seem to make sense based on the placement of the Drang armor and the Drang Knights that we find here. That they would be tied in. Which, does that give Aldrich Dark Souls 2 tie-ins? Should we be looking at Dark Souls 2 lore, or should we be looking at Aldrich for clues, you know, related to Dark Souls 2? I don't know, Pepe Silva, right? Yeah, I feel like we're just unraveling this giant ball of yarn because we feel like there's a treat in there, and maybe there is, but we also might be unraveling an onion, and by the time we get done, we're not going to know what the fuck it was in the first place. You know what I mean? It's like you can't put an onion back together once it's been unraveled. But that does kind of... The Drang Knights being tied to the Cathedral of the Deep. You couldn't save your friend, piece of shit. I kind of like that theory. That's not a bad theory. Hey, look, it's Chase. Let's see if we can do this without it being a fucking 20-minute long adventure. Uh-oh, you pressed R1 too many times, Chase. I didn't have much stamina, but I had enough to punish him. Here comes the spear. Goodbye, Chase. I should have lightning buffed that. Oh, Chase is still alive. I didn't have enough stamina to immediately riposte, so I didn't even go for the lightning buff that time, but whatever. Don't swing twice with a spear. That's silly. The lore is we fought Pontiff Sulyvahn in this room. Not this room, but that room. So another thing that I've been thinking a lot about since we were talking about Pontiff Sulyvahn, we never really talk about his weird abilities. He seemingly... Sorry. It was just funny to me. Okay, hang on. I'm okay. Stop being stupid. The guy fell off the ledge. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I'll probably zoom in on it whenever I do the editing. R1 spam, baby. God damn, that was quite a bit of damage. Pontiff Sulyvahn, he falls to his knees and he grows wings. And I've got a video on this page where, before the DLC came out, where to me it was very reminiscent of the Deep. It was almost like Pontiff Sulyvahn was like channeling the Deep somehow. If you look on the playlist that has everything that's not, you know, these invasions or learn to invades, there's another playlist where it's like just random shit, and that's on the random playlist, I think. But he summons up this like black circle, and if you're in the middle of it, you're getting like constant damage done to you, just like over and over and over again. And it reminded me a lot of the insects from the Deep eating at you, because there's all this blood flying off of you. There's like blood flying off of you constantly as it happens. So it's almost like his wings come from the Deep. Have a look at the Irithyll slaves here. This is the only place the Irithyll slaves show up in this part of the level. I'm just kind of curious. It's like, what the fuck are they doing here? And does it tie into the giants? One thing I definitely wanted to talk about was during the Pontiff Sulyvahn fight, he can manifest a phantom version of himself, and it appears as kind of like a purplish color kind of thing. What the fuck is that? Like, we always talk about it from a gameplay mechanic, but no one ever like mentions it from, you know, like a lore standpoint. Like, what is the implication there? Like, now of course in Dark Souls you can play as, you know, your physical body, or you can play as a phantom or a spirit of some kind, but never are we able to do both at the same time. God damn follower saber. Never are we let... Ooh, I'm gonna try and back up and parry it. Or if I hit him at the same time, I'll try and wake up parry him. Oh, it's too late. I didn't press it fast enough. I should have pressed it faster. Yeah, why is he able to do that? Why is he the only thing that's able... Goddamn wizards! Why is he able to be both a phantom and a real body at the same time? One thing... When I first saw the leaked images for Dark Souls 3, there's an image of Lothric, and it's all sunny and normal looking, and then we see another image of the same area later, and it's super dark. So my first thought was that Dark Souls 3 would take place in two separate realities. One where the fire had been linked and one where it had not. Now, depending on what you think about the Dark Firelink Shrine, you could say that that's the case, but I don't know. I don't know. But that was a thought that I'm drawing him back here so the Silver Knights shoot arrows at him because he's way too aggressive. I had originally, when I first saw Pontiff Sulyvahn, I was like, well, maybe that's evidence towards that case, but I don't think it is. I think there is some sort of lore explanation for it, but I think maybe it has something to do with him existing in two different ways at the same time. The wizard went for a parry, kind of Hail Mary, didn't work out. But yeah, I'm curious about that. I'd love to hear your guys' theories on why he's able to do that. So let me know, and I'll see you next time.